It's all good. Is it working?
Okay, I don't know. Is it working, Ben?
Get the old age tablets back.
Good evening. Hello and welcome to Burn Wine School. We're a bit early, so we're going to just rabbit on for a few moments while we wait for folks to arrive. And Ben, my able assistant, is going to just find our video.
Oh,
here we go.
Loud. Yep, got the old age tablet.
Good.
Made its way.
It's made its way. Well, put it down so I can see
I
it.
prefer it here.
No, we'll just put it down. Just
put it down.
behave yourself. Behave. So Ben, so tell me about your week. What did you do?
Oh, you didn't ask me to prepare anything. I don't know. I've been working all week on uni stuff.
Well, we saw. Go on. We did a TV review last week. We did a couple of TV reviews.
We watched Killing Eve, didn't we?
We watched Killing Eve again, second episode.
Yeah, and we finished quiz.
Well, you finished quiz. Yeah, we'll get on to that actually because I am gonna do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with you later on.
Oh, how exciting!
Indeed. So tell us about Killing Eve.
I think we said it was good. Not quite as good as the other two series.
Don't give any spoilers because people may not have watched it yet.
Yeah.
So don't tell them everyone dies. Don't tell them that. Okay.
Killing Eve. Yeah.
Killing Eve. Yeah. Eve. She's alive, isn't she?
Oh, stop.
What about we saw Run as well?
Yeah. It was okay.
That was an interesting concept. So it is a concept for you to think about. So you met someone at university or college 25 years ago, and the pact was, at any point in time, if they text Run to you, and you text Run back to them, you give up whatever you're doing, and you've agreed to meet somewhere. I think they met at set in the States, and so I think they met at some Grand Central Station in New York, and they just get on the train and they go. So they've watched the first episode. It was quite good. Depends where it goes, but it was quite intriguing to know you just give up everything and just head off. So there you go.
You're getting some comments.
Hello. Oh, hello Dominic. Hello Benjamin. Hello Andrew.
It's been
Rupert. Good to see you again. Excellent. So anyway, so actually, one of the other things. Have you read any books?
Have I?
No, you don't read books. Well, I'm reading 1984 by George Orwell. I've not read it before. Catherine, my wife, has said to me that I should read it. So I'm reading that. That's quite a scary book in terms of how he predicted the future. But two books you should read. One is called The Dry. The other is called Force of Nature, written by Jane Harper. They're sort of crime thrillers, and they're set in Australia, one in the outback. So they're actually very good to see. If you like a good crime thriller, if you want to read two good books, The Dry, Force of Nature by Jane Harper.
So I thought this was about wine. So I think we scrapped the wine. I think we took all about books.
What, TV and books?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Well, I think you're just trying to get away from the fact that you're still on small glasses.
Still on small glasses. You teased me on Facebook. You said that I would graduate to the big glasses, the big boy glasses.
When I asked you what you did this week, you could have mentioned the highlight of your week.
Which was?
See, he can't even remember.
I had one glass of wine this week, and it was
yes, one glass of wine this week. In what?
A big glass.
See, I promoted you. I gave these are white wine glasses, so these are not as large as my red wine glasses. But I gave him one in a large glass. Do you think he appreciated it? Did he?
Afraid not.
Not. Indeed. So how are we doing? Are we almost getting up there? I guess. Hello, Matthew. From Bourneville Village Trust. Excellent. Pamela. Hello, Pamela. Mark. Hello, Mark. Good. Kim again. Hello, Kim. Hello, Dave. Excellent. Good. Well, it's good to see you all here. So let's kick off. So welcome formally to Bourbon Wine School. I'm Rob. This is Ben. This is our third week. Can you believe that we've done our third week?
No, we haven't been cancelled yet by the.
Do you think we'll be commissioned for the second series?
No.
Do you think there's a second series coming on? Actually, I will tell you more about some new events we've got planned at the end of the evening. So we are.
I'm going to interrupt you quickly because Rupert's put an interesting question.
Has he?
Have you seen Tiger King yet?
No. Should
I
I? Have you?
I think it's pretty good. It's okay. Yeah.
Well, Rupert, you got me into what's that? What's the one set in the West Midlands?
The Archers?
No, the Archers. Saw the Archers. No, not the Archers. The gang lot.
Oh, Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. So yeah, Rupert, you got me to Peaky Blinders. So I've seen a whole lot of Peaky Blinders, and that was very good. So you reckon Tiger King? I will look.
I don't think it's going to be your thing. I think you should come in next week with a blonde mullet. You'll have to have to wait.
Can we start? I mean, look, you know,
Yeah,
these
carry on,
people,
carry on.
these people have, you know, come for wine tasting, not to you rabbit on about, you know, various things. So, welcome our third week. So, what have you learned? What have you learned so far? Can you remember the last 2 weeks?
I remember tannins, but I remember that the week before.
Tannins, okay. So, tannins because we did Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon last week. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention last week is Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot are half brothers. They share the same.
Joke, yeah.
It's not a joke.
Oh, sorry.
I haven't actually. I could tell you. They are half brothers. They both share the same father. They both have Cabernet Franc as their father. There you go. So half brothers. I didn't want to mention. I originally thought they were twins, but not twins, just half brothers. There you go. So we do about tannin. We did some salt. Remember what did salt do to the wine last week?
Softened it.
It softened it. Excellent. And you peeled a grape. You saw where the colour and the tannin came from. We talked about how to keep wines because obviously important. I've only got 3 wines tonight, although I did a wine tasting this afternoon where I did another 3, so I've still got 6 wines to get through. But never mind.
You make it sound like a chore. You're gonna have a good weekend.
The thing is, when I do wine tasting, on site and in a classroom or whatever, then it's my night off. I don't actually drink on those nights.
Night off.
Well, so I don't do my night off drinking wine. So normally wine tasting saves me from not drinking every night. But now I'm drinking because I like to drink wine, and I'm doing wine tasting, and we've got 6 bottles of wine to get through. Anyway, it's a hard life anyway. So this week we're doing Chardonnay. Okay, so love the Chardonnay. And for those, this is for you, Jeff. Oh, actually, what I should mention again, I'm enlisting the help of Dominic, Rupert, Helen, and Jeff. So if you ask questions and we don't get a chance to answer them, then those lovely folks who help me out run Birmingham Wine School will answer your comments and hopefully look after you well. Because actually we have changed the format again. We've got the mic slightly closer. The sound may be better. I don't know. And Ben was complaining last week he couldn't read the comments, so he can read them now. So
they were seeing your shiny head on the camera.
My shiny head, yeah. I have been outside today, so maybe it's more shiny because of that. So for Jeff, this is for you. Chardonnay. It's actually a tale of 2 Chardonnays. So that was a reference to Charles Dickens, okay. But if you're not a fan of Charles Dickens, how about a quote from or a play, one of Shakespeare's play, a Hamlet play, to oak or not to oak? That is the question. All right, maybe not. Anyway, I hope you've got 2 Chardonnays. One of them's oaked, hopefully. One of them's oaked and one of them's not oaked, unoaked. If you manage to get the Fraser's case, you've got an unoaked Chardonnay, which is either Hamilton Heights or the Accomplice. I mean, effectively, they're the same wine. I think.
Go on, show it.
Well, this is the Hamilton Heights, but it's pretty similar to the it's actually the same as the Accomplice. So we've got one unoaked wine, which is from Southeast Australia, which is unoaked, and then I've got 2 oaked wines. You've either got this one, which is Chardonnay called a Grower's Touch, which is an oaked wine from
It's got an interesting label.
Australia. It's actually nice. Like that's quite a nice label.
It's quite clever.
Yeah.
Yeah, carry on.
It's supposed to represent soil, isn't it, and toil and graft. Or you've got the Macon Village,
Might need to get closer.
the Terre Secret, which is Macon Village, which is lightly oaked. If you haven't got those, don't worry. If you've got a couple of Chardonnays, if you've managed to find one that's oaked or no, that's very good. So that'll be good.
Getting the script.
Getting the script.
A nice paper. Ooh.
Still a nice paper. I had to write it out again because it was on flimsy paper and it kept falling down. So, Chardonnay is actually the second most planted white grape variety in the world that's used to make wine. So there's lots of grapes used not to make wine, like Sultana and grapes that Tesco's and Sainsbury's sell. But Chardonnay is the second most planted grape vine in the world, white grape vine in the world. So, Ben, I'll give you a chance to win £1 million. Okay. So this is who wants to be a millionaire. Okay. You've got through to the £1 million question.
Yeah.
Okay. Unfortunately, you've used your 50-50
Yeah.
and ask a friend.
Yeah.
But I am going to allow you to ask the audience.
What about ask the host?
Not me, no. But ask the audience.
Well,
there's
ask the
loads.
host is a new one.
No. Well, I'm asking. I don't know. So you can ask all these lovely people. Okay. So all these lovely people here, we're going to give you answers.
Okay.
Potential answers. Okay. So for your £1 million, okay, for your chance to win £1 million.
Still sitting up to the cough. Yeah.
No, yeah, no coughing, please. No. You've seen the quiz. Yeah. So here's your £1 million question. Okay. Name the world's most widely planted
Yep.
White grape variety. So which white grape is planted the most in the world? Okay. So Chardonnay is number 2. I'm asking you to which one is grown the most. So choice of 4.
This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I need 4.
I'm going for choice of 4.
Okay,
so,
okay.
so 1 is Pinot Grigio.
Mhm.
Okay. 2 is Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, I've heard both of those.
3 is Aran.
I don't know who that is.
And 4 is Riesling. Okay. So you've got 4 different grape varieties.
Okay.
One of those is the most widely grown, in the most grown, not widely grown, but the most grown,
Okay.
in the world. So Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc, Aran, Riesling.
Well, I'll wait for them to. But it's going to be one of the top 2, I think. One of the first 2 you said. So what was it?
So you got Pinot Grigio,
Yeah.
Sauvignon Blanc, Aran,
I don't think it's
or
Riesling.
Riesling. Okay.
I don't think it's the last.
I mean, while we're waiting, the 3 main plants. Cabernet Sauvignon is number 1. Merlot is 2. Anyone know the third one? Well, we're going to wait again. But Tempranillo. Third one. So Cabernet Sauvignon is the most planted grape. Then Merlot. Then right. Tempranillo. So this one that you're going to answer is the 4th. Okay. Chardonnay is sort of 5th. Okay. So we're doing. So we got Ilana. Saying Sauvignon Blanc. Shane is Aaron. Shane. Okay. You tell me what Aaron then if you know about that. Dave Cole Pinot. Yeah. Pinot Grigio. Riesling. Okay.
I've got a better idea. They've pressed the. You've got to react. Is that a bad idea?
No, I'm going to do it later on.
Okay,
Let's not overdo it. Okay. I know you want lots of likes.
I didn't. That's what it did.
Didn't know what they did.
Oh.
Okay, so what you think? You got quite a few there, haven't you?
Okay,
Dave,
I was really wrong.
Okay.
Although they're all saying different. The one good thing about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is it tells you, and that it's usually very.
You could devise an app for next week, so we could collate them all, couldn't we? Yeah. I'm not sure. There you go. So go on then. So 10 seconds. Name the world's most widely planted white grape variety.
B. Answer B.
B. Okay, so you are going for Sauvignon Blanc.
No, not that one. C. C.
Is anyone coughing?
C.
C.
I'm going to run through the answers one more time. A. This keeps me amused for a while. Okay. Yes. C. C.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. So final answer.
Final answer.
Okay. So I think if good old Jeff has helped you out there, I think Dom has helped you out as well. Yeah. So you're right, Aaron. Yes. So I'll write you a check.
So you pay my student loan.
So Aaron is, and I think even more amazing than that is it's a great variety not many people have heard of. It's only grown in one place in the world. It's only grown in La Mancha, which is Spain. So it's a Spanish grape variety. It's very neutral. It tastes hardly of anything. It's a bit like Uni Blanc and Trebbiano. And all those Trebbiano, Uni Blanc and Aaron have something in common, very neutral. They make brandy. So brandy is in effect a distilled wine. So brandy comes from grapes, you ferment, create a wine, then you ferment. So you create the wine through fermentation and then you distill. And you distill the wine, and that creates brandy. So Spanish brandy is the grape it made from Aaron. So that's why it's quite popular.
So I've never heard of that before.
No, because it does make wine. So you can buy it. I mean, it does make wine, but not in large quantities. But it's pretty neutral. I wouldn't recommend buying it too much. Dominic's after his cut already, and Rupert's gone cough. There he goes. So Chardonnay. What else do you know about Chardonnay? Do you know the parents? Do you know the Chardonnay parents are? Not mum and dad here, because mum and dad. So Chardonnay's parents are Pinot Noir and a well-known grape called Coulis Blanc, which is not well known. Lots of history there. Chardonnay's been around now for a long time, from about the 13th century, so it's quite an established grape, probably even older than that, but the records suddenly go back to the 13th century. So we're going to taste our 2 Chardonnays in a moment. But what makes Chardonnay so popular, Ben? What do you think? Do you like Chardonnay? You don't know yet. You haven't tried it yet. Who likes Chardonnay? There are people who hate Chardonnay. They sort of we call them the ABC, anything but Chardonnay. But it's very popular because I think Chardonnay is very versatile.
Is it very sweet?
No, not generally.
Okay.
In fact, this week was the first time I tasted a sweet Chardonnay.
Is that one you gave me?
Yes, that was a sweet Chardonnay. It was interesting. It was from Navarra, which is just in Spain, just north of Rioja, and Chardonnay isn't generally used to make sweet wine because it doesn't tend to retain its acidity when it's picked later. But this one I thought was pretty good. I think it had a good acidity. So a sweet Chardonnay from Navarra. That was an interesting wine. But if you were to marry a grape, Ben, if you had to pick a grape,
yep.
If you had to pick a grape you wanted to marry,
Mhm.
what grape would you pick?
Well, I don't know.
There's another question you can answer. If you had to pick a grape, I do lie in bed most mornings and think of strange things. And if you had to pick a grape to marry,
Well, I'll ask you. What grape would you choose?
well, you see, I would choose Chardonnay.
Why? It's got a
Because
good name.
what, Chardonnay? Yeah. Chardonnay, no, it's versatile. Has a range of styles. Very flexible. Not fussy. It's pretty adaptable. Pretty
Someone would ask
flexible.
why you married Mum?
Well, I'm hoping Mum is not watching this. But it's good. It's, I think it's brilliant. It's very dependable. It makes fantastic wines, wide range of styles. So you can keep yourself amused with Chardonnay for the rest of your life, really, couldn't you?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go for Tesco Basic grapes as my variety.
You're going to marry a Tesco Basic grape.
Yeah. Basic, simple, reliable, always tastes good. Last long in the fridge.
Something like that. Anyway, so Chardonnay it's pretty versatile. It's pretty flexible. It will grow in any climate. So you can grow in cool climates, moderate climates, warm climates, hot climates, and it tends to reflect its climate. So if you get a Chardonnay from a cool climate like Chablis, it will be more green fruits, more citrus fruits, generally unoaked. Chardonnay from a more moderate climate, you'll start to find it showing more citrus and stone fruits. Warmer climate still, it goes for stone fruits. Bit of citrus fruit still, but a bit more stone fruits, more tropical fruits. And in a very hot climate, you get far more tropical fruit. So it's a grape that reflects its climate, and we might get some of that, some of those flavours. And the warmer the climate, the more they tend to use oak. So oak can overpower a wine. So you don't find oak used on delicate wines that much because of the fact that the oak may overpower it. So as we get Chardonnay produced from warmer climates, we tend to get some more oak. It also is able to the winemaker is able to stamp their authority on the wine, so they can use oak. They can use something called malolactic conversion.
That does not sound healthy.
It does sound good, does it? Yeah. And they can use something called lees stirring. And there's lots and lots of different things of oak. Okay.
What's it called when they stomp on wine with their feet?
What, foot stamping?
Oh right,
Stomping. I don't
is
know.
that the official?
Well, it's in the Lagares. It's used a lot for port. So
Did you mention this last week?
No, I don't think so. Not the foot stamping bit. But port is where does port come from?
Portland.
Try Portugal.
Oh, it's close.
Portland's in the States, isn't it?
Portugal. Yep.
Portugal. Yeah, there you go. The clue was in the title. Right. So let's get these wines going, and I want to talk a little bit oak as well. But let's start. Can we start with the unoaked one? So this is the Accomplice or the Hamilton Heights or your unoaked Chardonnay, whatever you got. So here you go, Ben. This is the one on your left-hand side, far left. Yeah, okay. So lovely colour actually. It's sort of it's going to.
These all look the same to me. So red wine, you can.
Yeah, I think there's less obvious colour difference in white wines. I think that's true. That's true. Give it a swirl. Let's have a sniff. Let's have a smell.
Stinky wine again. We like it.
Yeah.
That smells like a nice thing.
It does smell quite nice. It smells like quite ripe fruits, doesn't it? I get something like this is a Chardonnay from Australia, so quite a warm climate, and you do get that lovely sort of ripe fruit. So you've got that melon and peach.
I don't know where you pull these things out from, but
yeah,
I agree with you.
So come on, guys, help me out. What do you smell in the first? This is the unoaked one. So
how is the oak used?
I talked about. No, we're not going to talk about the oak in a second. So we'll talk about what oak does and all that good stuff as well. So I quite like this. I mean, Chardonnay isn't a particularly aromatic grape. So if you smelt, we're going to do a tasting later on. I've not mentioned we're going to do a Sauvignon Blanc tasting later on, and you'll find that much more aromatic. But this one has a reasonable, nice bouquet too. You can smell that. So really lovely. So white peach as well.
Frankincense.
Frankincense, excellent, good. Wow, that's quite sophisticated. Yeah.
Dominic's helping out. So.
Well done. So let's have a slurp. Let's have a taste. So that's quite ripe. Lovely ripe flavours there. There's no oak there. It's fresh. Not too much acidity if you don't like acidity, but it's quite full bodied, quite rounded. We're going to talk about some cheese. If you've got some cheese to go, some nice softer cheeses like a camembert. We've got some reblochon to try a bit later on, and so we'll come back just about the food matching in a moment. But I quite like that. That's quite fresh. As you know, I like Chardonnay.
Yeah.
Would you marry that wine then?
No.
No. Okay.
Not me. I think I prefer red wine.
You prefer? Okay.
I think.
Okay.
I haven't had lots to choose from. But yeah.
Is that because what you think? Does red wine have more flavour for you?
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about that that's not quite.
Not quite doesn't do it for you. Okay. All right. Okay.
But Glyn, this is a tiny one. I haven't got a big glass. He hasn't treated me. What are you on about?
I treated him once in a week, but he wasn't appreciated enough, and I didn't think he didn't. Glyn, I didn't think he'd moved on enough. I think he's got a lot more to learn.
Not
frankly.
mature enough.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's move on to your oaked one. So whatever oaked wine you've got, I'm going to start on the Macon Village. So again, similar colour, not much change in colour, but if you swirl it and sniff it, you start to get some little bit hints of oak. The Macon Village is lightly oaked. It's really quite well integrated. I'm going to run down sort of the Burgundy map a bit later on, but it's a bit further south than Burgundy. So comes some again not really a warm climate, but in Burgundy, a bit further south. So in terms of Burgundy, it's warmer than the Côte d'Or, but that's quite nice. So. Again, but a little bit of oak, so a little bit of toast going on there. Some little bit of roasted nuts.
Some vanilla.
Some vanilla, yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
You said that.
Yeah,
okay, excellent.
That's not true.
Okay, well helped again, Elena. Fantastic. Okay, so that's quite nice. Let me just smell the Grower's Touch one. Yeah, this is the Grower's Touch is from Australia. Actually, much more oak in this one, which you may like or dislike. Oak does tend to divide opinion more, doesn't it? Let's have a taste. Can you that tastes smoky?
I'm a little bit basic. I don't think I can.
You can't really. Okay, they smell different. I think they taste different.
There's a bit of smoke. Yeah.
Smokiness. There is a bit of vanilla. There's a bit of spice there. So I mean, I generally prefer Chardonnay that is lightly oaked and some good oak in there. I think it adds complexity to the wine, and I think what you tend to get with that, it tends to combine well with malolactic conversion. So with the red wines, always go through a malolactic conversion. It happens automatically in all wines, but some white wines they stop malolactic. If you've got an acidic, sharp, fresh wine, they'll stop it. But these Chardonnays will have all gone through a malolactic. I think they will. It just softens them, and I think that softness just tends to help when they're oaked as well. And they probably had a lot of lees stirring. So it's when you stir the lees against to get bit more sort of
That's
texture.
a good job to get.
Bit more bread and yeast. So you get that sort of bready, nutty aspect, I think, with the oaky Chardonnay as well. Yeah. So if you've all been tasting them, though, so I think Helen, you're right. Ripe peach, that's lovely, isn't it? Oh, grapefruit. Yeah, I think that's true. Grower's Touch. Yeah, very good, very good.
Have you ever smelled what's the really smelly fruit? What's it called? The one they crack it open. Durian. Do you not know about the durian fruit? Something like that.
Oh, durian fruit, is it?
Yeah, something like that. It's
No, I don't think I know a lot about it.
If you ever smelt that in wine, would that be an issue?
No? What?
Because it's really, really smelly, isn't it? Really bad.
Oh, no, I can't. But I don't know. It's one of those fruits because it might be in wine because I've not.
61.
61 what?
I can get you for your birthday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll look forward to that. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't know. I don't really know that grapes. If anyone knows about that grape, they can tell you about it as well.
Yeah. Durian.
Marzipan. Oh, okay. Okay, Zoe. So tell us about durian fruit then. Well, I'm not an expert on that fruit, and Jeff will tell me, or Dominic or Rupert will tell me, or Helen will tell me if they've ever noticed that in a wine before. I can't say I have. think Jonathan, Hamilton is non-alcohol. Yeah, it's very easy, isn't it? It could slip down very easily. I think you're right. The Hamilton and the Accomplice are just very easy to drink, which is quite nice about them. I think I prefer the oaky ones though. I do like a good Burgundy. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Burgundy later on, but I do like a good Burgundy. But my favourite one, I think I like the Growers Touch one. That's the one
because it's got a good label.
I like the label. I like how it tastes as well. So that's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb, excellent. Excellent.
We used to grow rhubarb.
We did. Why have we stopped?
Don't know.
We did grow rhubarb, yeah. We did have a vegetable patch.
I've got lazy.
We should actually, given the current times we're in.
Well, you are at the age now where you can probably go and get an allotment.
Well, I think I've got one. I can go and do that, can't I?
Yeah, you should do.
Well, aren't you and shouldn't you and Dan help me?
By digging it 6 feet deep, so we can.
You should, yeah, shouldn't you? Earn your keep, really, shouldn't you? Yeah. What do they do around the house?
That's not true. I make you a cup of tea every so often.
When? Not today, not yesterday.
Busy.
You know, 3 tastings. I didn't have 3. I had only 2. One got cancelled, but 2 tastings. I still had time for a cup of tea to make you. Yeah.
Well, I was busy.
Okay, fair enough. So I think Elena's isn't heavily oaked. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Right. So oak. Let's talk a little bit about oak. So I do like oak, and there's lots of different types of oak. You can have oak from America. You can have oak from Europe. Obviously the French like French oak, and there's a difference how they're made. You see, if you make oak from an American barrel, they saw through the oak right through the grain. American oak isn't so quite tightly knit. So American oak imparts more flavour. So if you tend to get in your oak, in your wine, more vanilla, chances are it's American oak. So it's a lot more overt in its impact.
So you said they chopped it? Did they chop to the barrel?
No. So if they to make a barrel, you create staves, you create wooden planks, and then you'll bend them together to create an oak barrel. So, but because you want to saw the planks of wood the same length, they actually saw through the grain. So they saw across the grain.
Okay, got it.
If you're making a barrel from French oak, they actually axe their own sword and they axe it with the grain.
Okay.
And French oak is much tightly knit, so you tend to get less overt flavour from French oak, and it's more cedary.
And do they use any other trees?
No, I mean they've experimented, but oak seems to do well with wine. A lot of wines I think benefit through being in oak. So you've got different types of oak being used. That's one thing. You've got how old the barrel is. So if you use a brand new oak barrel, then it imparts lots of flavour.
And how long do barrels last?
So if you use them you can use them sort of as many times as you want, but each time you use them, they impart less flavour.
Okay.
So a brand new oak barrel will impart lots of flavour. 1-year-old oak, less 2-year-old oak, and by the time you get to a barrel being used about 5 times, there's no flavour.
So how do they make sure that the flavour's the same every time?
Well, because blending. So every wine we drink is a blend.
Okay.
Every wine we drink is a blend. Okay. So what a winemaker will do, they'll harvest their grapes. They'll probably harvest them by vineyard plot. They'll probably vinify them by vineyard plot, and they will put some of these wines through 100% oak, new oak, some through 1-year-old oak, 2-year-old. They might put some through stainless steel. Some they'll go through malolactic. Some they'll keep not. So by the time they get to the end of the fermentation process, the maturation process, they've got lots of little parcels of wine, maybe oak, maybe unoaked, maybe malolactic, so which they'll blend. And when they come together to bottle it, they'll blend it to create the style of wine they want.
Right. And that's 1 year?
That's 1 year. So most wines will drink a vintage. So vintage, all vintage means is year. Doesn't mean good, just means year. So you know what winemakers want to do. They want to have some control over the process. They're not going to just leave it to nature. Where if it's a really poor year, they'll get really bad wine. What they want to try and do is say, okay, well this vineyard is better than that vineyard this year, or we're going to use more oak this year, or so they will blend it together to try and create either the house style or consistency of the blend. So different ages of oak. bit like a tea bag. So if you know you use a tea bag, yes. If when I make your tea, I use the tea bag for the second time.
Yeah, I
third,
know that. Yeah.
So less flavour. You don't mind. You
Yeah.
like it.
And I always give you a non-decaf one. It's because it's more fun.
More fun, yeah. That's why I'm going to the toilet more, isn't it? So you've got age of oak. You've also got toast level. So what they do, they actually will burn the inside of an oak barrel. It's called toasting. And the more they toast it, the more charred it becomes. And again, the more...
And butter it afterwards.
No, maybe not, but they'll sort of just char it and stuff. And size is important.
Size matters now.
It does matter.
I've always been told it doesn't.
Yeah. So smaller oak barrels, the Burgundy side, the Bordeaux side, which is around the 2 to 5 litres, then they're sort of normal size, and sort of a brand new one of those will cost a lot of money. It costs you about €800. So if you're going to use lots of new oak, it adds quite a bit of cost to the wine. But there's very, very few wines go through brand new oak, 100% of them, because it's very powerful. So very, very few wines will do that. They'll tend to use a blend consistency.
See, I asked you a lot of good questions. You might think that was scripted. It wasn't. Not scripted at all. Got it all in here.
Is that right?
No.
Okay, very good. So oak barrels are used a lot. So different types of oak. So now you've tasted them all. I think we're going to have this is where we're going to ask for the thumbs up if you liked the unoaked one, heart if you liked the oaked one. So how about that? So if you preferred the unoaked one, press thumbs up.
Go on, you make a heart shape and I'll make a thumbs up one. Go on.
How do I do that? So no. How do you do it? Yeah, you do the heart shape.
No. Press the diamond button. Press the...
Heart.
That does not look like a heart to me, does it?
Okay, so heart if you like the oaked. Thumbs up if you like the unoaked.
I think lots of thumbs up.
Yeah, I think the unoaked one is winning it at the moment, isn't it? Yeah. So wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. You letting me down, guys. I thought I'd have thought there'd be more oaky fans, but definitely not, Ben. I think unoaked is winning it.
Mm. And just press the angry react if you're feeling like it. I'm waiting for them to... Kim's pressing loads. Oh, they don't just press once, they can press as many times as they like.
So you got one person who likes the unoaked one pressing the button lots, and 79 people who've only pressed the oak one. That's that explains it.
Facebook's good, yeah.
Good, excellent. So, I did assume you've all been drinking the wines tonight. You could have had these with different foods. Let's get the food out, Ben. What have we got?
Oh, what have we got? Oh, talk about food any day.
So we've got. I got 3 things. So I bought some. I bought you biscuits this week. I know that you complained last week no biscuits, didn't you? So this is called a reblochon. Okay, so try some reblochon.
What, the cheese?
The cheese. Put it on a cracker if you want.
Am I taking the rind off?
No.
Really?
I've taken most of the rind off for you because I know you're fussy.
So you wouldn't marry me if I was a grape?
No, definitely not.
That's a bit rude.
So if you've got some cheese, I'm going to try this with the macon, the slightly oaked one. Never that exciting watching me eat, and I know.
That's a different channel. See, I prefer that.
Yeah.
Yeah, already.
It does again. It really just amplifies, softens it. I think just makes the flavour of the wines sort of stand out more, doesn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
That's much nicer. But there is actually channels on YouTube where people watch other people eating. So I think you could do that. Why not? It's a market you've not explored. You should be open for new things in this time where you can't do your wine tastings.
I mean, how many people do the YouTube channels get?
You have to grow your channel. You have to grow it. You have to see. Initially, it'll just be me.
Have a nut. So I've also got Ben some almonds. So these are almonds. These are not salted particularly. You could have salted nuts. And again, should work pretty well. I'm going to try this nut. Try it with one of the oaky ones. Oh no, so the unoaked one, sorry. Think does it help?
It's not as good as it's not as strong as the cheese.
Cheese, no, not quite as well.
But still good. Better.
Still good. Yeah, still better.
I can hear Mum outside. Should we bring her in?
No, I don't think so. So, Mom bought me these for my birthday, mini fish, and they have a sort of a very romantic aspect because when Mom and I first met, we were doing a sort of an IT project in Virginia, and we met over gin and tonics in the hotel bar most nights, and with the gin and tonic, they brought us some little mini fish each night, and I've not seen them in 25 years. So there you go, there's a little mini fish. Have a mini fish, Ben.
I might take one out of the.
Oh, okay. Well,
Is it meant to be the same?
these are just crispy. They're like crisps, salty crisps, and again, that will help. So yeah, just try one of the ones with those.
It's kind of a layer of the impact it had. The cheese, then the almond, and the.
Oh, I thought those worked quite well actually. But,
Okay.
yeah,
Two.
that could have been the difference. Other foods you could have. I mean, Chardonnay say very versatile. So you if you've got a cool climate Chardonnay, it's normally more delicate. So you want to think of light, delicate food, maybe oysters, shellfish, crabs, sort of that type of thing. If you've got a Chardonnay from a bit warmer climate, still and oaked mainly, then you could think of fish cakes or fish pie, salmon, maybe some chicken. Full of bodied Chardonnay with a bit of oak. Think of roast chicken there. Think of creamy sauces. Think of lobster. Grilled food could work really well.
If that's really good with the wine, why have you just given me almonds? Why haven't you cooked me a feast?
Do you think you deserve lobster now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't you?
No.
What about the foot rubs last night? Was that not good enough for you? Do I not even deserve lobster now?
Who are you giving foot rubs to?
Wait, it was either you or someone else. I don't know who
it
it
wasn't
was.
me. Yeah, so it's probably Dolly.
I thought it was your foot.
Yeah. So Burgundy. If you're going to buy Chardonnay, then you can either buy it from the New World and largely, let's say Chardonnay on there, which is pretty helpful, I guess. But if you want to buy Chardonnay for France, unfortunately, most of the time they're going to miss the word Chardonnay off the label. So it requires a little bit of knowledge to buy Chardonnay for France. And I guess the best place to buy Chardonnay for France is Burgundy. And if we just have a quick tour around Burgundy, start at the very north part of Burgundy, so we're going to go north to south. Chablis is at the far north, so that's a very much cool climate, and you can get some really great Chablis. You can get Grand Cru Chablis, which comes from 7 continuous climats or vineyards. It's actually one vineyard split into 7 climats or 7 individual vineyards. So you can get Le Clos, Valmeur, so Blanchot. So these are some of the very best. And when you get to Grand Cru Chablis, they might slightly oak it as well. But Premier Cru Chablis, normal Chablis, Petit Chablis, again, pretty refreshing, pretty crisp, quite acidic. So that's your light-bodied sort of style of Chablis. If you come further south from Chablis, there's a gap of about 70 kilometres, and you come down to what we call the Côte d'Or, which is the heartland of Burgundy. And this is where the really expensive wines come from. You've either got Côte de Nuit or Côte de Beaune. Côte de Nuit is home of the sort of quite expensive Grand Cru Pinot Noir, and Côte de Beaune is sort of the expensive Grand Cru sort of Chardonnay. Beneath Côte d'Or, you've got Côte Chalonnaise. It's in there, and then beneath that you got Mâconnais. So this ours is a Mâcon, so Mâcon village. So it's the Mâconnais is the furthest south, and one of the key villages in the Mâconnais is a village called Puy-Fuzet.
It's the third week in a row you've said that.
Well, I must like saying it, yeah. And don't get confused between Puy-Fuzet and Puy-Fumé.
Oh, maybe you
so
haven't said it.
Given I keep saying it then, so what's the difference between Puy-Fuzet and Puy-Fumé?
One is a really good holiday destination.
And the other is
not.
Okay. So Puy-Fuzet is from Mâconnais, and therefore that's made with Chardonnay because it's Burgundy. And Puy-Fumé comes to the Loire Valley, and it's a village next to Sancerre, which means it's Sauvignon Blanc. So they are very different wines. Puy-Fuzet tends to be oaked as well, so Sauvignon Blanc is not oaked. So they're very different. I know people get confused. Sometimes they buy and they don't like it. They've just probably bought the wrong one. So that's sort of cooked down to Burgundy. Bit of Burgundy hierarchy if you're looking for the very sort of different sorts. if your Burgundy says Bourgogne on it,
Return it.
so it says Bourgogne on it, then that means that it's the regional level. So this is the bottom tier. Still get some very, very good Burgundies, but this accounts for around 64-65% of all Burgundy produced. That's Bourgogne on it. Then you get village level. So you get villages. So Chablis is a village. So Chablis is a village level. You might get Gevrey-Chambertin. Gevrey-Chambertin is a very good village for Chardonnay. And then above, and you get around 25% of Burgundies from different villages. Then you get Premier Cru. So Premier Cru is a named vineyard from a particular village. So there's a village in Chablis called Vau-de-Vaux, which is a Premier Cru Chablis. And actually, those of you who are going to join me on my Burgundy night, so my Burgundy night I think starts on the 12th of May. We've got 3 nights, so if you want to join, I think we've only got 6 places left. It's £45 for 3 nights. You can buy the case of wines from Fraser's for £145. But there are some stunning wines in that case. There's 3 Premier Cru wines for quite expensive wine. So it should be a great 3 nights to taste some really, really good Burgundy. 3 Pinot Noirs, 3 Chardonnays. So that's going to start on the 12th of May. So only 6 places left if you want to join. And if you want to go to the very top of Burgundy, you've got Grand Cru. So Grand Cru is less than 1% of the wine from Burgundy, and these are individually named vineyards. So an example, Chambertin is a Grand Cru vineyard, whereas Gevrey-Chambertin is a village. So this is where it gets confusing. It's really simple from a grape perspective. If it's red, it's Pinot Noir. If it's white, it's Chardonnay. But when you start getting to villages and Grand Cru, the mayors of the villages, so that the village was originally called Gevrey, and the mayor of the village, maybe 40 or so years ago, decided to append the name of his village to the Grand Cru site next door. So he renamed his village to Gevrey-Chambertin. So Gevrey-Chambertin is the village, very good wine, but not quite as good as the Chambertin, which is individual vineyards. And they don't put the village on because it's so famous, you're supposed to know. But these wines have kind of got lost the money.
So when are we going on holiday?
Should
we book it now whilst it's cheap?
I thought Mom would have got me some Grand Cru Burgundy, wouldn't you? Yeah. I mean, if you're ever wondering, then Domaine Romani Conti would be nice, or La Tâche. They're Pinot Noir, but not La Tâche. Yeah. So any of those would be nice. But I think Mom was looking actually. She was looking last night at La Tâche and Domaine Romani Conti, and she reckoned it was about £25,000 a bottle.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty good, isn't it?
I think you could cash that in and take us on holiday. I'd prefer it. And then you could just steal the grapes and make your own.
Yeah, maybe I could buy a Grand Cru vineyard.
With what money?
No idea. The status of Burgundy is all to do with the vineyard location. So the status was given to each vineyard back in 1855 by Dr. Laval, and he mapped the vineyards, and he basically said, this is the best site, which normally means the right aspect facing south-southeast, mid-slope. Therefore, you can be Grand Cru. Maybe next door, not quite as good, your Premier Cru. Then you've got your villages, and then you've got everything else. So the status is actually only to do where the vineyard is located. Who is making the wine? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Which is a bit bizarre, isn't it?
Cadbury's Craft.
It could be anyone. No, and someone with lots of money with no knowledge of wine could go own a vineyard and suddenly they still could make Grand Cru. I'd expect he'd employ someone pretty good to make it, but yeah, it's not, whoever makes it is not relevant. And there are a lot of producers, because with Napoleon's law of inheritance, individual vineyards have been subdivided. So the average size of a vineyard in Burgundy is tiny.
Really?
I think in Bordeaux the average size is around 30 hectares. I think in 30 hectares is fairly large. Yeah, I think it's about 30 hectares is about 70-80 acres. Still mean anything, does it?
Sorry.
But a hectare is 100. A hectare is 100 meters by 100 meters to give you a size.
Okay.
Yeah. So in Burgundy, they're sort of 1 to 2 hectares, so tiny. So you've got lots of people owning sort of lots of individual vineyards in Burgundy. So Ben, let's have a look at questions. Have they been answering questions for me?
Well, Rupert asked, "What did you get for your birthday?" It's taking it completely off topic, and I feel like we've asked it every week.
It must be been boring for people now. My birthday.
What else is interesting going on in your life? What's the next stage for you?
Well, I'm hoping we can.
Oh, sorry, Karen. What are you going to get for your death? That'd be good. Or is that not? That's that a bit depressing.
It is really, isn't it? Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. If it's Ben next week by himself, you'll know.
With the dog.
Then I've gone, yeah. I've gone.
Yeah. But this is still going to happen. This takes precedence.
This day, this happens.
Yeah, yeah.
You'll be by yourself. You'll be doing lots of
Yeah.
research. I don't know. I do hope at some point in time that we can get back to do proper tastings again. But I'm not sure how soon that's going to be. Never mind. So, come on, Ben, what questions have we got?
Motorhome tour, French vineyards.
Motorhome? Oh, that'd be good.
Kim.
Oh, with Kim, excellent. No, yeah, I think that would be excellent. I am, as Kim knows, I am thinking about getting a motorhome. That would be a really good one. Mum's not, no, she is. We're quite keen to get a motorhome, do some nice touring of France.
Get the nuts out. Oh.
Yeah, we've got plenty of nuts here. Thank you. That's fine. Okay. So anyway, let's start to wrap this up because I'm running out of things to say. So what we're going to do
Mallow.
next week, Ben.
Oh, answer Jeff's question.
Oh, sorry.
What does that mean?
Oh, mallow. So malactic conversion. So this is where you convert very tart malic acid to softer lactic acid. Okay, so it's basically where you want to make your wines less acidic, make them rich, creamy, buttery. So these buttery, creamy sort of flavours again tend to blend well with oak. So if you're going to oak a wine, you'll let the wine go through a malactic conversion. It softens the acids and adds a buttery, creamy aspect to it. So that's malactic conversion.
You need to ask more questions.
Now, come on. So Carol, then. So next week,
the staged part, the fun part. I've been practicing all week for this.
I think you've got to do that more naturally.
More naturally, okay.
Rather than me trying to nudge you.
What do you want me to do?
Anyway, so next week is all about Shiraz. Okay. Oh, and thank you. Yes, thanks for holding that up, Ben.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
Thank you. 2 people actually did a lovely TripAdvisor review for Ben and I last week, so really appreciate that. If any of you
mention me in them, he's irrelevant.
If any of you feel so kind, you could do a TripAdvisor or Google review. That would be marvelous. So anyway, next week we're doing Shiraz or Syrah, and I thought because someone mentioned chocolate, we're going to do chocolate and Shiraz or Syrah next week. Okay, so I've got some green and black chocolates. So I'm going to choose. Ben will like next week because he does like chocolate. I'm going to choose some chocolates for Ben to try with his Shiraz. So you don't need to get green and black, but if you can get some different chocolate, whatever chocolate you like, really. Dark chocolate tends to work better with these wines, but if you like,
not Galaxy.
No, if you like Galaxy will work. So you could try Galaxy, try Milk Tray, whatever you want, but get some chocolate. I'm going to try some green and black chocolates. So we'll do that next week. So we're going to do chocolate and wine tasting next week. So we're going to compare next week the different styles. So we compare sort of a cooler climate Syrah with a warmer climate Shiraz. We'll do that. So that's next week. And then I do have 3 more sessions planned. So we are going on to Series 2. We have been recommissioned.
Have we?
Oh, I have. I don't know about you. They won't
Who's
watch.
Next?
They won't watch if you're not here. So on the 7th of May, we're going to do Pinot Noir from South America. 2 very premium Pinot Noirs from South America. One from Chile, one from Argentina. I think those 2 countries are sort of undervalued, I guess. So we've got 2 really good Pinot Noirs from South America. That's on the 7th of May. On the 14th of May, we're going to try and compare Sauvignon Blanc 2 styles. We've got a Loire Valley Sauvignon Blanc and a Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough to compare those 2 styles. And then someone asked to do a Rioja tasting, comparison tasting. So we've got a Rioja comparison tasting between, again, an oaked and an oaked Rioja on the 21st of May. So if you want to do that, you can buy those wines if you can in the supermarket. I have put together these wines, again, with Fraser's, and we have tried to make sure this time there's enough stock, so I won't be having to taste multiple bottles. So we think we've got 50 or 60 cases of this. So if you do want to buy the case, it's on. You can go to my website. There's a link to Fraser's, and the case costs £62.45. But they are all good quality wines. So if you want to buy those, then we can taste the same wines. And on the 28th of May, this is English Wine Week. So 28th of May, that's the Thursday, but that week is actually English Wine Week. So I thought it'd be appropriate for us to actually go and try some English wine. I will. I haven't decided what English wine. Yeah, I'm going to buy. It might be a fizz. It might be somewhere. But I know. Well, I know Helen. You might better help me out. But I'm going to try and do some English wine that week. So that'll be. Helen works for Halfpenny Green. So that I'm sure they'll be promoting that a lot. Their English Wine Week. Although I say with our current troubles, I'm not sure how well they go. But we're going to do anyway. We're going to do a bit. We're going to promote some English wine. We're going to taste some English wine on the 28th. Then we've got our Burgundy Premier Cruise special starting 12th of May. So that'll be pretty good. So if you want to join me there, please do so. So that's what we've got coming up. Let me thank Dominic, Jeff, Rupert, and Helen. Thanks, guys, for helping out again. I do hope I see you soon. It'd be really good to get together when we can. Thanks, Ben. I don't think I've ever thanked you, but thank you.
About time.
About time, yeah. I know. So thanks for helping out as always. And of course, I should mention that Birmingham Wine School, we're part of the local wine school network. There's 27 of us. So if you got bored with Ben and I, then there is other fools like us just doing a lot of online stuff actually through Facebook. We've got Laura in Yorkshire, we've got George in Milton Keynes, Debbie in Nottingham, Gary in Shropshire. So there's a wide range of us. So if you want to sort of follow those as well, we've got Beth and Jimmy in West London. So we've got lots of different wine schools all doing similar things. So you want to seek those out. That's good. So we're all doing that. So I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to say it's a good night from me.
It's a good night from him.
You got it right.
Yeah.
This week. So guys, thank you very much. Thanks for joining us and checking in with us. So hopefully we will see you all next week.
Yeah, I will.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye. Ben's going to turn me off now. Take care.
There's more
Bye.
questions on here.